Once there stood a grand mansion on the outskirts of a small town, hidden among the dense woods. The locals whispered tales of the house, stories passed down through generations, each more chilling than the last. They spoke of a family that once inhabited its halls, a family shrouded in darkness and secrecy. Legend had it that the parents of the house were not as they seemed. They were said to be twisted souls, their minds consumed by malevolence. But it wasn't just the parents who were feared, it was their children who sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to speak of them. The parents, Elias and Eliza Blackwood, were reclusive figures, rarely seen outside the confines of their estate. Rumors swirled about the true nature of their wealth, some claiming it was earned through sinister means, but it was their children who captured the town's attention, or rather, their absence did. No one could recall ever seeing the Blackwood children. They were like ghosts, confined to the shadows of their looming home. Some speculated they were kept hidden away, locked in the attic like something out of a Gothic novel. Others whispered darker truths, that the children were never truly alive, but rather cursed beings trapped in a purgatorial existence. Despite the warnings and superstitions, one young journalist, Amelia Carter, was determined to uncover the truth behind the legends. With a thirst for the macabre and a knack for investigative journalism, she set out to unravel the mysteries of the Blackwood mansion. As she delved deeper into the town's history, she unearthed chilling accounts of the Blackwood family's past. Tales of madness and despair echoed through the pages of old newspapers and journals, painting a picture of a family plagued by tragedy and darkness. Amelia's curiosity led her to the doorstep of the mansion itself, its imposing presence sending a shiver down her spine. With camera in hand and nerves of steel, she crossed the threshold into the unknown. The interior of the mansion was as eerie as its reputation suggested. Cobwebs adorned the grand staircase, and dust danced in the dim light that filtered through the stained glass windows. But it was the silence that unsettled her the most, a heavy stillness that seemed to suffocate the air. As she explored the labyrinthine corridors of the mansion, Amelia felt a sense of unease creep over her. It was as though the walls themselves were watching her, whispering secrets long forgotten. Her investigation led her to a door at the end of the long hallway, its wood warped with age. With trembling hands, she pushed it open, revealing a room shrouded in darkness. But as her eyes adjusted to the dim light, she saw them, row upon row of small, empty beds, each covered in dust and cobwebs. It was then that she heard it, a faint sound echoing from the depths of the mansion. It was the sound of children's laughter, distant and haunting. With a sense of dread pooling in her stomach, Amelia followed the sound, each step echoing in the empty halls. Finally, she reached the source of the laughter, a door at the end of a narrow corridor, its wood old and weathered. With a trembling hand, she pushed it open, revealing a staircase leading down into darkness. As she descended into the depths of the mansion, the air grew colder and the laughter grew louder. And then she saw them, the children of the Blackwood family, their faces twisted into grotesque masks of pain and suffering. But it was not their appearance that chilled her to the bone. It was their eyes, empty and devoid of emotion. They stared at her with a hunger that sent a shiver down her spine, their laughter echoing in her ears. Amelia knew then that she had stumbled upon something far more sinister than she had ever imagined. The children were not merely victims of circumstance. They were something else entirely, something not quite human. With a sinking feeling in her heart, Amelia realized that she had uncovered a truth far darker than she could have ever imagined. The Blackwood mansion held secrets that were not meant to be unearthed, secrets that threatened to consume anyone who dared to delve too deep. As she fled from the mansion, the echoes of the children's laughter followed her, haunting her every step. And though she escaped with her life, Amelia knew that she would never truly be free from the darkness that lurked within the walls of the House of Forgotten Children.